Once again, SouthSide, Jamaica, Queens, New York City. You know who it is. It's your girl, Professor EvaMarieKing. Little MC Juicy E from 118th Avenue and 169th Street, Southside, Jamaica, Queens, going back to the 70s. This is a special video podcast. I usually do audio podcasts, but I'm doing this special video podcast. And I'm talking about Rising to the Top Radio. I have it playing on the background on my television set. And y'all should tune into Rising to the Top Radio. It's on episode 12 now. Playboy Mikey D, a.k.a. The Real Mikey D, a.k.a. Mikey Destruction, out of Lawson, Queens, is actually MCing and speaking. And Grand Masta Vic, a.k.a. Victory, is mixing. Rising to the Top is a song by Kenny Burke that Grand Masta Vic broke. I don't know the exact date. Back in the 80s? But he made the song famous. The term broke, that's like a music industry term or a term that is used on the radio that he made popular. And I just wanted to say, for one little black girl like me that grew up in Southside Jamaica, Queens, I gotta talk about my people. And the only reason I do is because I'm black and they black. That's the best reason to do it. When I look at Playboy Mikey D and Grand Masta Vic, I see two black brothers. Nothing else matters. Whether we like each other or not, whether we had past disagreements, all that stuff goes out the window for me. When I see my black brothers, I see love, and I'm showing love to my brothers regardless. So, Grand Masta Vic, I had some homegirls from down in Georgia tell me that they went to the Queen's Day, and I believe they're like up to year 3, big party, like a whole big weekend that I believe Grand Masta Vic spearheaded it down in Atlanta. Like this was his idea to do it. I don't know all the details, but I know he definitely is an intricate part in the Queen's Day in Atlanta. And, my niece and my nephew went. I got 2 grown nieces and the nephew that lived down there. And, I'm like, shoot, I need to go. I need to go in 2023, right? I have a lot of respect for Grand Masta Vic. When I first met him in about 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, via the Rockaway Twins. When the Rockaway Twins and Grand Masta Vic had like a group of DJs called the SouthSide Click. They then changed it to the SouthSide All Stars. DJ Twin Boogie asked me to do press kits for all of the SouthSide All Stars. I was like, oh my God. Turned out to be a lot of them. I don't know, about 10, 11. Spoke with Grand Masta Vic by phone briefly during a meeting with the Rockaway Twins and DJ Mason DeWitt at the Rockaway Twins' former home office on 132nd Rockaway Boulevard. Then I spoke with Grand Masta Vic a few times, like giving him some of my professional recommendations with regard to starting his media and public relations campaign. For the record, I am a degreed and credentialed media and public relations practitioner, experienced social media practitioner. So I know what I'm talking about. And I went to school for this. I ain't just sit home and make it up. So I know ethics and I know communications law with regard to communications and public relations. So some of the things that Grand Masta Vic and I spoke about in those conversations back in, I want to say 2010, 2009, 2010. were very important. You know, I'm not going to share it with y'all. That's confidential. But I do remember taking my camcorder to a party, and DJ Imp from Alliance Mix Squad was driving. He dropped Grand Masta Vic off, then he dropped me off, and he dropped a few other people off after the party. And Grand Masta Vic, I'll never forget this. I knew he was a real brother anyway, but I knew he was a real brother. Grand Masta Vic called me about half hour after he got dropped off. He called me and he was like, "Sis, you all right? You home?" I was like, "Yep, I'm home." Because when he got out the car, it was still other DJs in the car. He wanted to make sure that I was home and safe. Now that's a real brother. That's what a real brother does. Did anybody else in that car call to make sure I got home? No, only Grand Masta Vic. So I'm like, see, those are the type of brothers that I grew up with in SouthSide Jamaica, Queens. The older brothers, they always looked after the sisters. They wouldn't even use the B word in front of us. They wouldn't even, they would go across the street. They'd be like, "Nah, man, don't be talking like that in front of the girls." They would respect us, and that's what I became accustomed to. Now, when I listen to some of our music, I'd be like, "What the hell? There's no respect, so disrespectful." I like a lot of the MCs. I like a lot of the music, but I can't listen to it because when I turn it on, all I hear is disrespect. And I'm like, oh my God. A lot of it is very artistic. But I want to listen to songs that I could sing along with. I'm not getting ready to call myself the B word or the WHORE. I'm not going to do that. But, I want the young people to continue pushing on and continue being creative and just be respectful, y'all. I mean, I know, you have different versions of these songs, but when you perform them, if you perform them in the community, when you see young children or your elders, don't be cursing and all that. Have respect for the youth and the elders. Jesus. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let me get back. So, I just want to say that those conversations I had with Grand Masta Vic, I learned a lot about him, and I was so happy to see that he began doing photographs. I used to try to take photographs of him, y'all. Brother didn't like taking photographs. I wanted to do photo shoots when he was not feeling it. Now I'm seeing he's doing a photograph, and his photographs look good. I mean, his whole campaign, I'm just so happy. I was like, thank you, Lord. I wanted to do Grand Masta Vic Day. He wasn't feeling that. I was like, when he started doing himself, I was like, thank God, because he had that status and those amount of years which he could do it. And I'm not trying to take credit for it. These are just basic things that you would do with someone that has been DJing since, I believe, 1977, he says. Do y'all realize how long 1977 was? Let's do the math. 1977. That's 380, 23 and 23. That's like 46 years. That's a long time. So me and everybody else in Jamaica Queens should be making videos, making podcasts, video statements, writing essays, and bigging up our brother. Because that's how we came up in Southside Jamaica Queens in a time before crack. It is the first black middle class in New York City, and black people looked out for each other. And we were so proud of our brothers and sisters when they, fulfilled their dreams and goals. And, for our brother to be touring and being so artistic, he says he is the inventor of the blends. And I had to break it down to the old DJs in Jamaica Queens and let them know. He's not saying he invented blending. He's the inventor of the blends, the godfather of the blends. Now, if y'all want to know what that means, y'all write him and ask him. Listen to Rising to the Top video, and you'll get an understanding of what he means by saying he is the godfather of the blends. He explained it to me, but I'm not getting ready to explain it to y'all. Y'all can listen for yourself, and you'll know the difference between blending, which, as far as I know, DJs were doing going back to the late 60s, early 70s, and his blends or blend tapes or just blending R&B song over acapella, all that technical DJ stuff. But just show love. All right, y'all. I'm signing off. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Show love to y'all black people. We ain't always gonna like each other. We're not always gonna agree. But for someone like me who's educated, credentialed, and degree, and who knows how to write and who knows how to make a video statement, I should always take time to show love to our brother and teach the children and youth because I'm a volunteer community educator. Let them know who Grand Masta Vic is. I should be writing textbooks about Grand Masta Vic and his life and his contribution to arts in Southside Jamaica, Queens. He is an artist, an inventor, and creator of different art forms that we haven't even identified yet. Want for your brother and sister what you want for yourself, even if you don't have it. Once again, New York City, it's your girl, Professor EvaMarieKing. Southside, we outside. Queens get the money. Southside Jamaica, Queens Artist Museum all day. It's Black History Month 2023, y'all.